The trailhead is at Cobb Estate, 3302 Lake Avenue, Altadena, California. It is conveniently located at the end of Lake Avenue. Street parking is available. The hike today is a 13-mile round-trip hike from the top of Lake Avenue in Altadena to the summit of Mt Lowe. Elevation gain, 3,786 feet, so this is certainly not a hike for a beginner. The first stop will be Echo Mountain, 2.5 miles ahead. The trail to Echo Mountain is the Lower Sam Merrill Trail. If you're finding this video informative, please give it a thumbs up. And see that logo on the lower right-hand corner of the screen? Please hit that to subscribe to the channel. Within the first 10 minutes of this hike, we start the winding spiral trail up to Echo Mountain. 30 minutes into the hike, you'll come upon this big antenna in the middle of the trail. Please be careful while hiking on this trail. As you can see, there's no borders, so if you slip and fall, it's a long ways down. We're now 40 minutes into this hike. We are now 2 miles into the hike and only a half a mile from Echo Mountain. It takes exactly 1 hour to hike the 2.5 miles to Echo Mountain. If you would like to learn about Echo Mountain and its history and what these things are that you're seeing, please click on the link above. This place is filled with some very interesting history. A view from high above Echo Mountain and the beautiful San Gabriel Valley below. And with a beautiful background like that, why not take a group photo? After a short break at Echo Mountain, we are now back on the trail. The trail we are now on is called Castle Canyon Trail. It is a 2-mile hike to Inspiration Point. After hiking in direct sunlight for 10 minutes, we now get lucky and are hiking under the shade provided by the trees and the mountains. This is a nice part of the hike, going downhill in the shade. But that doesn't last long, as we start to go right back up after that. It's now been 23 minutes since we left Echo Mountain. I point that out because you'll come upon these rocks in the middle of the trail. That's telling you do not hike over those rocks. Instead, look up and follow the trail. So that's my hiking tip of the day. Whenever you see rocks like that lined up on the trail, take a look around. There has to be an alternative trail. You don't want to just hike over those rocks and wind up lost. 35 minutes since we left Echo Mountain, and this part is really steep. This is where you really want to rely heavily on your poles to get you past this tough point. At this point, we are 2 hours and 10 minutes into this hike. After leaving Echo Mountain 1 hour ago, we arrive at Inspiration Point. So it took us 1 hour to hike the 2 miles and 2 hours to hike the 4.7 miles from Lake Avenue. Inspiration Point is a popular place for hikers to stop and take a little break before continuing on with the hike. One of the unique things about Inspiration Point are these little pipes that you can look through that point to landmarks: Catalina Island, Redondo Beach, Los Angeles. You look through them and you can see those certain parts of the city. After taking a short break and a group photo, it's now time to hop back on the trail again to Mt Lowe. And speaking of Mt Lowe, that's where we're headed, right there. From Inspiration Point, you will go northwest along the Muir Peak Road for about 0.3 miles. Turn right, heading along the Mt Lowe Road for about 0.1 miles, until you come across an old metal sign saying Mt Lowe East. This is the bottom of the Mt Lowe East Trail. Over the next 0.3 miles, it is a hard scramble over loose rocks and gravel as you ascend steeply. 1 mile after leaving Mt Lowe Road, look for a metal sign pointing to Mt Lowe summit and a trail bearing off to the left. Take this trail as you will now start a final ascent of Mt Lowe on the northern side. At this point of the hike, we're less than 10 minutes from Mt Lowe. And finally, after hiking 1 hour from Inspiration Point and 3 hours from Lake Avenue, we arrive at Mt Lowe. Not only do you get an amazing view from Mt Lowe, but you get a bench to sit on, a swing to swing on, and these little things to look out through to your favorite landmarks. This one being Mount Wilson. Mount Lowell is 5,581 feet above sea level. Taking a look down, you could see Inspiration Point, where we were just at 1 hour ago. The only thing left to do from Mt Lowe is take a group photo and then start our hike right back on down the mountain. If you would like to see my other hiking videos from the Southern California area, please click on the link now. Thank you so much for watching.